When it comes to Fortnite pros making it big, it's usually due to their raw talent. They dominate tournaments, win big, get famous. Then everybody pays them attention because of how good they are. And if they ever fall off, even slightly, so does their popularity. Going against that norm is pretty rare, and yet professional, loud man Ronaldo is one of the very few who's done it.
No builds, no mats, no mats. No mats, no mats. Come on, you have mats.
Watch this. This is called God play. You ready?
Let me see.
Watch this.
What are you doing? Ron, this is not good.
Watch, ready?
Are you suiciding?
Ready? Let's go!
Big Ron worked his way to the very top of the competitive totem pole, but soon after, his motivation disappeared, and he quickly fell from that position.
Yeah! I love Fortnite! I hate this game! I hate it! Okay? I wanted to die!
Great. I agree.
Still, that didn't mean the end of his career. He had other talents to fall back on, such as his angelic singing voice, slick dance moves, and the ability to host top-tier viewing parties. And ever since that became his focus, he's been blowing up faster than ever, despite not being at the top of his game. So today, we're gonna talk about the story of how stable Ronaldo went from just being another pro player to one of the community's biggest, funniest, and fastest growing entertainers of the year. But before we start, what's going on, guys? This is your motivation guy. That's right, your friend, the one and only Keith Allen. I am so excited for today's video. Be inspired, guys, to be great and never give up. You know, never say that you've reached your limit, because there's more. There's more greatness on the inside of you. Make sure to connect with me on my Insta at your motivation guy. Bunch of Crunch Army. It's time to sit back, relax, and grab some of my favorite candy. What is it, y'all? It's that Bunch of Crunch, and let's get this going. So, Ronaldo has been playing Fortnite competitively for a while, but his aspirations to become a pro player first picked up steam around August 2019. Back then, the Trios FNCS was going on, and by teaming up with two players by the name of Stable Glitch, who's from the same friend group, and Hart, who played for E11 Gaming, Ronaldo had relatively good success throughout the qualifiers. He won small bag after small bag every week, giving him his first taste at being a successful pro. But despite his status as an up-and-comer, he was still pretty much a nobody in the grand scheme of things. Once Chapter 2 arrived in October, so did the next competitive series, and this time it was squads. Though unfortunately, since he split with Hart and Glitch, Ronaldo was left all to his lonesome, so he began searching for a team. But with little to no clout or no substantial achievements, his search wouldn't be easy. Still, fate had it so that Ronaldo ended up on a team with a group of Mavericks, Unknown Army, Kez, and Avery. None of these players were that decorated or famous on their own, except for maybe Unknown, who was gaining notoriety as a Cash Cup warrior. Still, these guys didn't have as much practice or game time together as most squads did. And because of that, no one really expected them to pop off or anything like that. Not even their most loyal fans. But all things considered, at least Ron finally had a team for the event. And throughout the qualifiers, their squad saw moderate yet consistent success. There were no mind-blowing results or anything like that, but they did place in the top 10 for a couple of weeks, qualifying them for the finals. However, going into the finals, they would have to face fierce competition, including prominent players with insane placements, all on established teams. So, realistically, this group of oddballs didn't stand a chance. But against all the odds, Ronaldo and his squad did it. With multiple, consistent placements, their squad fought tooth and nail all the way to the top of the leaderboard. And just like that, Ron was now a champion. He went from wanting to quit the game in the prior year, only to end up winning one of the biggest tournaments the game had ever had. And his reward was close to $50,000 of prize money. And after that, the clouds started pouring in. Ronaldo's stream views increased dramatically, and organizations quickly set their eye on him, resulting in Ronaldo getting signed to Built by Gamers, the first ever org he's been on. And just like that, it seemed like everything was going uphill for Big Ron. But come the next season, the competitive format switched to duos. Based on how well they synergized, Ronaldo decided to stick with Unknown, and initially, things went pretty well. They qualified for the finals in the first week and made it past the heat stage into the grand finals. And by then, all attention was on this duo. After all, Ronaldo and Unknown came out of nowhere and won the last event in a seemingly impossible series of events. So the question was, can they pull it off once more? Well, no, they didn't do so hot this time. A lackluster performance throughout the finals placed them 36 out of 48 teams, and sadly, they didn't have Ronaldo feeling too confident anymore. He was devastated by his performance, especially compared to how well he played in squads. And really, this was just the tip of the iceberg, because with all the negative things that were happening to Fortnite, Ronaldo started to lose motivation fast. He needed a motivation guy. I wasn't there.
We need a tournament for 80 days in the we had no tournament game. Exactly. No announcement, no tournament, no update, no patch notes, no communication. But guess what, guys? If you didn't know, Team Rumble just got a Star Wars patch. So hop in and have some fun. Let's go and let's get straight into it. The new glider is here. Let's go. Like, we didn't get anything. We didn't get anything, man.
There was the overpowered PC aim assist that dominated the pro scene for months before it was finally nerfed. Servers were laggier than ever, to the point where they were just ruining entire matches. Fortnite added henchmen, mythic weapons, and other additions that most pros agreed didn't belong in competitive. Epic slowed down communication, vaulted patch notes, and didn't announce anything for months. And to top it all off, when they finally did announce something, it was 2 seasons of solos, a mode Ron never really enjoyed.
Shit's on Ron.
This is the dumbest game I've ever played. I'm so bad at this game.
Around the map.
You're good.
15.
Oh, I'm so sick of this game. I'm so bad at this game. What am I supposed to do? This game's so stupid. Done.
But the thing was this, Ronaldo still had a passion for the game and community as a whole. He loved the stream he built, loved to entertain his viewers, and didn't want to lose everything just because his competitive drive wasn't there anymore. So instead of doing that, he focused on finding new avenues to take his stream. The first of those ended up being Ronaldo's viewing parties. At the time, Epic's official tournament streams were either non-existent or of debatable quality. So community-run viewing parties became so popular, and among them, Ronaldo was one of the few that didn't just spectate gameplay, but also put in the effort needed to host an entertaining event.
What an intense game! Unknown, what was your input on that game? Indeed, I agree.
Ronaldo's quick-witted personality comboed with his legendary Tyler 1 mic ended up growing his channel at an exceeding rate. New faces showed up and became fans daily, not necessarily for his gameplay, but for his ability to take a dull moment, sprinkle in some flair, and turn it to something worth watching. Some might call Ron's casting style scuffed, but for a one-man show, the entertainment factor is miles ahead of the competition. And to be honest, when he tries his hardest to be somewhat professional, his casting ain't so bad either.
And we have none other than the big boy, the big Ron himself.
Yeah,
with us. Ron, are you there?
I'm here, and I'm clear, monster. What is up? Let's why don't we break down the games? Can we see the games?
Hey, Robbie, roll the intel match just to get Ron to break this down, Ron. I want some professional insight.
Oh my god, Zay, one of the players who takes the L in front of the lobby does have a couple launch pads. You see the mats are good. Don't tell me that he does a play with the launcher. Oh, wait, never mind, where he's just gonna launch pad actually into Colazo, a controller player's box. Unknown actually used to play a controller, fun fact, but he switched. We're gonna see him do nothing besides building. Obviously a cool mechanic in the game. Pops a mini and knocks out NRG Edgy, a phenomenal player.
And of course, Ron's viewing parties wouldn't be complete without the occasional guest. Most of the time, it's a top-tier pro player we get to see interviewed, but you know, sometimes it'll even be his family.
Mom, you are live in front of 8,500 people. Do you want to say anything? How do you feel? Do you think Kanata will come back from this and possibly win? Or do you think that Seam TV possibly could be coming back? Yes or no? Question marks? Anything? Questions? Go on.
I have nothing to say.
Okay.
Even if they're famous for the wrong reasons, Ron won't hesitate to arrange an interview for the content, just like most recently, where he talked to a notorious cheater who exposed just how easy it was to bypass Fortnite's security.
Easy was this for you to
This-
install?
How much did it cost?
Took me around 5 minutes, and it took me 5 minutes and $11.
Are you kidding me, Donald? Are you smoking? Donald! How old are you? How old are you, first of all, Kona?
I'm 15.
You let a 15-year-old bypass your multi-billion-dollar security system for $11 in 5 minutes!
But perhaps Ronaldo's most famous moments ended up being the ones where he wasn't afraid to let loose and show off his non-gaming talents. Ronaldo's singing and hitting it moments ended up becoming so popular. They inspired dozens of fan pages dedicated to showcasing those inspiring vocals and dance moves. And surprisingly, some of those fans have zero clue Ron is an actual Fortnite pro, which shows how far personality alone has taken him. But even with his newfound success, Ron isn't entirely done with the competitive side of Fortnite. You can still occasionally catch him playing in a Cash Cup or even qualifying for the FNCS. It's not the first place in a multi-million-dollar event or anything like that, but considering he doesn't take it seriously at all, he's not doing half bad.
Ron doing the stinky in the open!
Bro, stop, bro.
Still, there's so much only Ron can handle, and only a few hours of playing is enough to bring out unstable Ronaldo, who's gonna go on epic rants all about the many flaws of the game.
And there's another guy. So this!
Man.
Let's load up the game, man. Let's get hype! Yeah! I love Fortnite! I f***ing hate this game! I f***ing hate it! Okay? I want it to die!
But either way, focusing on providing entertainment or the best gameplay possible has led to nothing but success for the 6'4" muscle-bound streamer. Ever since Ronaldo started his viewing parties and focused primarily on fun over winning, he's experienced tremendous growth, enough to eventually get him signed to the most stacked org in Fortnite, NRG Sports. But whether or not Ronaldo's ready to give his all the next season, we just don't know yet. Perhaps his competitive drive will return to full force once again, and he'll begin grinding for that #1 spot. But either way, he can still dish it, and actually recently, he popped off in the solo FNCS heats and qualified for the finals. So no matter what though, Ronaldo's killing it. Not only has his Twitch blown up, but his presence on other platforms has too. His TikTok has 0 gameplay highlights on it, yet it's still growing with a whopping 380,000 followers. And once he starts uploading more on his YouTube, you can bet that's gonna blow up too. Most of us first became fans of stable Ronaldo through his nutty gameplay, but by now, we're fans of his hilarious personality. And even if you don't like him or you think his loud mic can be obnoxious, there's no denying that Ronaldo provides something a lot of pro players seem to forget about: entertainment value. And at the end, that's something we think the competitive Fortnite scene could use a lot more of. Alright guys, once again, this is your motivation guy. That's right, your friend, the one and only Keith Allen. Make sure to connect with me on my Insta, your motivation guy. Thanks so much guys for watching. If you enjoyed Ronaldo's story, give the video a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on so you don't miss future stories like this. And comment who you want to see next. Also, check out our new VOD review system on ProGuys.com. Alright guys, yo, that's it for me, and keep eating that bunch of crunch and let's get this going.